Kennedy, I guess thoughts on that performance? Must be happy to get another winner.
Really, really happy. I think, first and foremost, we know, and we certainly knew coming into this game that, you're not just playing against the team that's in front of you with the blue singlets, you're playing against the Canberra community. We know they show up. We know they get behind their team. You've got an incredible support base here. And so for us, really being able to silence the crowd and try and keep them out of it as much as possible is important for us, as well as obviously all the offensive and defensive tactics that come, with coaching against a great coach in Gorrie as well.
Missing a couple of key players, obviously. That must be really nice to see some of the young girls step up and help for that win.
Absolutely. I mean, really proud of every player today. We played a number of players that, Oprah was her debut today. Not that we measure success on scoring points, but seeing everybody get on the scoreboard shows that you've got teammates there that are willing to play for each other and try and find opportunities and reward their teammates for the work they're putting on the floor. Really proud of the group. No game in Canberra is an easy game, ever. And to that point, as that game, even those last 4 minutes, it felt like it was a 3-point game just because the crowd were getting into it, which is the reason why I had to burn so many timeouts early. I just didn't want the Caps to get any sort of momentum.
Obviously, you've got a very experienced team, but a bit of a weird situation in terms of the players you had coming back here to a court that they know better than this team does. Did you talk to the group about it at all? They're experienced enough to handle it all?
I've got my own personal demons coming to this place and coaching New Zealand and coaching the West Coast Waves or Perth Lynx, 10, 17 years ago, the Christchurch Sirens even. So no, I kept that very lock and key. I just don't think they needed to have live my experience coming here, but we knew it was going to be a great atmosphere, and it certainly was that.
Tolo, how was it for you?
Oh, it was awesome. As soon as I walked in for shoot around in the tunnel, there was guys just standing there, and it was a really weird feeling, and I was like, this is weird seeing you here and I'm playing against you tonight. But it was really cool to see the Canberra crowd turn out and so many people at the game. It just shows you why these are the best fans in the league. They're, been on it since day one, and they keep turning up no matter what, and it's really cool and special to see. And even though, it wasn't the result they wanted tonight, it was still fun to be there, and like Kennedy said, it was a great game down to the last dot. I thought, Canberra really turned it around in the last couple of minutes, and the crowd really helped with that for sure.
A nice little battle between you and Jade there at one point. Had a few people smiling. I guess, what do you make of the way that group played, and where do you think they'll get to?
Yeah, I think, coming into this game, we were all ready to go because we knew that their first game wasn't an indicator of where they could be and what their potential is for this team. They have some really good players, and I think, Nadia Poch turned it around tonight, and from her first game she made some really big adjustments and was more aggressive, and I think she did really well and helped them for sure. And then adding Collier and Jade's big minutes, it makes it hard when you've got quite a few key pieces, and I think they're just finding their tempo. It's such a new team. Everyone, you haven't been together for very long before. So many debutantes last week, and I think they're a team that could get better and better as time goes on.
And what about you? What are you enjoying about this new chapter and this new challenge?
I just like the Bendigo Spirit team. All the girls that we have on the team are just amazing, and the support staff is really helpful, and they're really kind, and everyone turns up and competitive. It kind of, it's hard to compare it to Caps, but that's all I know really, and it kind of feels the same. It feels like a great atmosphere, and that's obviously led by the likes of Kelly Wilson and Kelsey Griffin, who've been there before and been in Bendigo for so long, and then adding pieces like Sammy and Veronica. It's really nice that it's so hard to stop, and like Kennedy said before, it was really pleasing to see our young girls come on and be aggressive. They weren't scared. They came on, they shot their shots, and they went in. And, we had that last week again with Asher Nightingale as well. It's really a credit to the work that our staff have put in with our young girls, working them out all the time to give them the confidence that they can come onto the court and be ready to play. It's really nice. I'm enjoying it.
Coach, just a Quick one. You're 2 games into the season now. You haven't had your full lineup yet. You haven't played with like a few key players. Like, how do you feel? How do you feel about the team at the moment? And like how does it bode well for the rest of your campaign?
I think coach's most famous words. I'm certainly happy with where we're at, but I'm certainly not satisfied. And I know that probably similar to the Caps. I think I couldn't tell you where our potential lies because there's an incredible amount of talent in this group here, and certainly where we start this season, I believe we'll be a much better team by the time we finish it. But I think for us, there's probably some areas where we continue to clean up. For example, we got probably a little lackadaisical with defensive execution down the stretch today. We got sped up a little, and that's credit to the Caps and them trying to speed the game up and play that way. So we sort of bought in for a few minutes there. So for us, they're going to be smaller improvements. A bit of foul discipline at different times. But I mean, goodness, you come out of the game, you score 99 points. You can't help but give your team a pat on the back and tell them great job. And for us, really, we kind of have to move forward pretty quickly because we got Geelong to come off their first win on Sunday. So, no rest for this group. We'll just enjoy this one for 12 hours, get back to Bendigo tomorrow and start prepping for the next game.
And Tolo, you and Sammy seem to be getting much better with age. Like, what's the secret? Like, can you tell us a bit about it?
The beauty of us two, I guess, is Sammy is a phenomenal shooter. So players have to play her and be close to her, and that helps me to get open, and kind of vice versa, in that I'm such a big and I like to play inside, so it kind of stretches the floor a bit, and I think that's why we're really playing well together, but also the fact we played in Opals before, we have a little bit of that connection. And I think you're right. I think we're just going to keep getting better and better, and it's nice. It's really fun to play with her.
Thanks, team.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Nice to see you both. Good luck on
Good to see
Sunday.
you too.
We'll see you at the end of the month.
Where's the Caps next?